You've been one of the many new faces at the club over the last few weeks. What's the adjustment period been like to St Johnstone?
Yeah, I think really well, to be honest. Really enjoyed coming in to a new environment. I knew that was going to be sort of a difficult challenge, moving far away from home. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. Sort of all aspects of the club, really, from the training staff, the other lads. Just thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I mean, take me back to a few weeks ago. How did the deal even come about in the first place?
Yeah, I think my main priority at this point of my career is just to try and get as many minutes as possible, as it probably always is. But so I was looking where that could possibly be, and this opportunity came up probably quite last minute, but I was excited for it, and I'd heard good things about the club previously, so that was sort of part of my decision.
You've made got a few minutes off the bench. How close do you think you are to convincing the manager to put him in your starting 11?
Yeah, well, I think I'll be trying as best as I can to try and make that switch in his mind, but that's up to him. So I think all I can do is focus on myself in training, and when I do come on the pitch, how I can aid the team as best as possible. That's the main thing in my head.
And from your brief appearances so far in the training sessions you've had, do you feel that this is a standard that you can play at?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a very good league, and obviously it's going to be a physical league, and I know that was the challenge coming up here. But yeah, I definitely think I can make my mark within this team and within the league as well, and hopefully I can do that as soon as possible.
And what sort of test are you expecting this weekend from quite an informed Heart side?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we know what sort of challenges they're going to bring and tests. We've gone over it and worked hard in training. I think probably quite versatile in their play. Can mix up whether they play or go long as well. But I think we've prepared well for that, and looking forward to it.
The manager was talking about how much Hearts press up the pitch with their strikers. Is this really a game that the defenders need to be really switched on?
Yeah, I think like with every game we've got to be ready from the first whistle and throughout. But like you said, with the high press that they will bring, even more so perhaps you've got to be more switched on. But that's something we want to embrace, and we like to play here. We've got that philosophy, and we know it can bring high reward.
And what have you made of the mood around the camp as well? Does it feel like a squad that can get itself out of the situation that it's currently in?
Yeah, definitely. I think we just sort of come out of the team's come out of a good run, and obviously not the result we wanted the other week, but I think that the mood is positive, and there is a lot of togetherness, and we'll be looking forward to this weekend to sort of get back on the winning run.
Zach, you're a 20-year-old, a long way from home, joining a club on loan, new environment, straight into a relegation battle. That's one hell of a learning curve, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. But I think that's sort of the beauty of it. Going into a new environment, completely different challenge on and off the pitch. But that's something I want to fully embrace. And like you said, perhaps we're in a slightly tough position at the moment, but there's even more success when you're perhaps far down. So I'm looking forward to it. You've got a manager that's clearly full of self-belief. How impressed have you been with his kind of up and at him attitude? Yeah, no, I've loved it. From the first day I came in, it's sort of inspirational in a way. The way he is and his mood, the way he trains and his application, I think that's reflected in the team and how he wants us to play. And it's rubbed off on all of us. So I think we're going to try and implement his mood in the way we play as well. And obviously one game at a time and all that, but it's a hugely exciting period for the club. 3 massive matches coming up in 6 days. I mean, how are you feeling ahead of that? You must be really excited for that. Yeah, I think the main thing is excitement, but
more than anything, what the managers emphasise is that we're going to take it game by game and not necessarily think of it as a 3-game week, but think of it as just each next step, and therefore we can sort of fully focus on each game independently. Thank you.
Zach, how much did you actually know about Scottish football at St Johnstone before you arrived here?
Yeah, no, to be honest, not much. But like I said, that was the challenge that I wanted to take on and embrace a whole new culture in a way.
So have you been kind of surprised by the standard, the pace of the games that you've appeared in?
Yeah, no, obviously coming on in the cup game, got a different challenge to what the league would be. And then coming on the other day, you can definitely see what the league can bring. I think in terms of physicality and definitely different styles of play throughout the league. So there you have the tactical element as well, which is important. But yeah, I think wouldn't say there's a vast difference between this and English football, but there are slight nuances that I think are good challenges that I'd like to take on.
Sound Radio.